Hi, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me. Let's see which zodiac sign needs the next reading the most. Who they want us to... Who needs messages, please? Okay, we'll do Gemini, because the opposite sign of Sag is Gemini. So let's dive in. Gemini, people and placements. Most important vital messages for Geminis. You could be feeling unhappy about something. Maybe you're reflecting a lot on the past. Gemini. This could be something that you're in denial about a little bit. This could be something that you're trying to come out of being sad, like force your way out of it type vibe. Gemini's most important vital messages, please. Oh, Lord. Alliance. Yeah, maybe you've come out of an alliance with somebody for it to come out sideways. Maybe you're feeling like something's more impossible. You used to be very like optimistic about this, but perhaps you're not now. The Bodyguard, the movie, that could be relevant. That has Kevin Costner, Capricorn vibes, and Whitney Houston plays, I think, Rachel or something, which was a famous singer, and kind of shows how like the most popular people can have enemies. Like her own sister hired a hitman to kill her, right? Spoilers. Um, get yourself into a good, happy state. Yeah, it looks like that's exactly what you're trying to do here. So I'm going to grab you some advice for our Geminis. Gemini people and placements, most important vital advice. Wow, autumn equinox. Okay. There could be some like unity of opposites here. Strong Gemini energy, definitely. Nothing is whole without the acceptance and acknowledgement of all. So maybe stop like kind of that black and white type vibe, right? Temperance. So this is Sagittarius. Balance and renewal. This could be about like a mindset or a way that you communicate, especially emotionally. Your higher self chose this card because the autumn equinox is a wonderful time to consider where you might be experiencing balance without your light. Within your life. That was funny. Without your light. Maybe you've been like overly pessimistic. I mean, we are in Capricorn season ruled by Saturn, which would be quite normal. We've had Jupiter square Saturn and Mars opposite Pluto, and then Mercury opposite Jupiter in Geminis. And Jupiter is going backwards, retrograde in Gemini. So it's kind of like we're not feeling that normal optimism. Retrogrades kind of make the planet more stronger, but like also the opposite of its effects could be true as well, right? Jupiter gives a positivity and optimism, and in the retrograde, it can make us question in our beliefs. Are there ways you're living to the extreme? And this could be a good thing. You know, this is usually a good thing when planets go retrograde. They're asking us to refine, to go within, right? Are there areas in your life that have been overlooked or perhaps forgotten about entirely? Typical things like spa days, time off, more rest, and more time spent with friends are the first thing put on the back burner. And it can just as easily be creative expression, having new experiences, cleaning your space, forgetting to pay a bill, or even your best self at work. If you have been in a period of extreme action, now is a good time to begin entering this phase of rest, which makes sense because we're still in that waning moon cycle before we have the new moon on Monday in Capricorn, which is all about cutting things off as well. We're going to have some eclipse energy in January as well. So things will begin to kind of go forward after January 4th or 10th, but you know we're still in that kind of letting go phase right now before we are ready to. We're really reconsidering what do we want to create long term, right? For 2025 and onwards for the next 20 years. And Pluto is in Aquarius, which will be trining all your Gemini placements. So it trines your sun for the next 20 years. So you might want to check out what that transit means for you. You can find that on Google. But anyways, now is the time to begin entering a phase of rest, renewal, and passiveness. Attempting to force your way forward might actually be the reason why you're not receiving the results you hope for, because it's sending out desperate energy. It's building blocks, it's building fears, it's building doubts, right? Likewise, if you have felt stagnant or are falling victim to extremes of laziness, receiving this card is your sign to renew motivation to prevent anything else from falling through the cracks. So it's always a balance, kind of, am I pushing too hard? Am I pushing too little, right? And I would say right now is definitely time to push less, for sure. Allow things to be shown to you, right? Capricorn is associated with the color black, so that can bring us into the depths of understanding. This could be about a conflict or some kind of communication regarding like self-esteem, self-value, or money as well. Balance is not just related to physical action. Balance of mind is also a worthwhile cause. You know, Gemini is an air sign, so it rules thoughts, it rules speed. It's one of the fastest planets, right? So there's kind of this overabundance sometimes that Gemini can have in being kind of ADHD-like. And the same thing with Sagittarius sometimes, you know, because they want to expand, they want to grow, they want to learn, they want to explore, they want to travel, right? Gemini rules local road trips, Sagittarius rules flights, and so they're on the same axis of kind of expansion in a way, or communication, or knowledge. Consider whether you've experienced a period of pessimism and can use a more joyful outlook. And I see the sun here in the reverse, which means you are feeling pessimistic, most likely. You know, there's a lack of clarity here, right? Especially with the Two of Swords on top of that. There's some kind of mental confusion, some denial, some kind of Yeah, definitely some kind of fog, right? And we have some strong Neptune aspects happening right now as well. I believe, Saturn and Neptune preparing to move into Aries for 2025. And Neptune takes, I think, 14 years, I think, through a sign. Saturn takes 7, I believe. That could be wrong. But anyways, I don't know. It's a long ass time, right? Um, Let me just think. Neptune. I think Neptune is 14. Uranus is 7. Saturn might be a few years, like 2 or 3. I'm not sure. Because Saturn goes through all the zodiac sign in 30 years, so I don't know. Divide 30 by 12. Anyways, I don't know. The opposite might also be true. Are you using positive thinking or speech to bypass what you're truly feeling? So really sinking in and processing that. Interesting. Yeah, this could be like regarding like give and take dynamics or your health or your job as well. But we're going to grab some deeper messages. Any last messages for Geminis? Gemini people in placements. Messages for Gemini. Gemini people in placements. Thank you. Incoming argument, exactly. So we do have Mars opposite Pluto, of course, still very active. A lot of intense energy. I think the eclipse in January will be in Aries, which is about war, right? So exactly, we have coming out of illusions in the reverse. So maybe you're still kind of caught in some kind of wishful thinking or rose-colored glasses. There's a need to really step into the darkness, is what I'm seeing here. Especially if you're a masculine, I would say lean more into the feminine principle of the darkness of the womb, of kind of understanding those kind of things. You can always look up like Maya or Maya in the Hindu kind of view of Maya. That might help you because Maya rules illusions, right? And everything in our external reality is formed by consciousness. It's formed by the god of thought, right? So, or words. So maybe the more that you can kind of understand this, the more you can kind of ground down and see the truth of situations as well. And what is within is without, right? What starts within is expressed in the external. That's why we come back to reincarnate, right? To work out these kind of issues or emotional problems you might be facing. So hope you've enjoyed this little short reading. Please hit like, comment, share, subscribe. You can get a personal by messaging me on Telegram. You can leave a tip through the Buy Me a Coffee link. Best of luck. Take care.